Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Van Lilly Sticker Series Victory Designs 200 here from Talladega Superspeedway. My name's Brody Hanna. In the booth with me tonight is Tony Solari. And Tony, we're looking for some high-speed, high-banked racing action here at Talladega. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fast cars out there tonight. We'll see who can hang on and take that checkered flag.
Yeah, I mean, Talladega Nights, man. Yeah, we're here. We're going to be swiping left, swiping right. It should be a fun race for these guys tonight. I always love calling these super speedways. They just the action's always contained, and there's never really any short supply of it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun at these super speedways. Can be a lot of great racing as well. And we'll see if we see the big one tonight. That's always kind of the question of whether or not we'll see that big wreck that takes out a lot of cars and kind of thins the field. Who can survive? Who can make it through it? And who, like I said, who will end up in victory lane here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway? Let's look back 1 week. We had a wild one at Kansas Speedway. We'll look at the results from last week. As I get them pulled up here, got Justin Gann taking the victory in that number 30 machine over Victor Pfluger in the 21. It was a lot of fun out there last week at Kansas, but it was an interesting one at the end there. We saw some guys take tires late, kind of charge through the field. But at the end of the day, Gann able to hang on and grab that victory.
Yeah, we had a little bit of tire strategy play last week, and yeah, it was still Victor could not get the job done though. Unfortunately, at the end though, yeah, Justin comes out as the leader. Lane finished third. I'm kind of looking at the report here on stream or the standings, but yeah, it was a pretty fun race. Interesting to watch it too. I know it was kind of our debut with the VANLILY'S on board, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. Can't wait to see what tonight's going to bring.
Yeah, looking at the points, Joshua Gaiman takes over the lead over Jonathan Atkins. Yeah, really slim lead though. A great race going on up front for the first position, and a little bit of a gap back to Justin Gann, who's trying to get into that discussion, but he's got a ways to go. We only have a few races left. It's 11. This is the 11th event of 14, and he's trying to get into that discussion, but he's got a long way to go. He's going to have to hope that some of these guys have some issues here in the next couple of races.
Well, yeah, he's even got Joshua Saucy behind him by 10 points as well. So, I mean, yeah, the top or 3 and 4, I should say, are pretty close. 1 and 2, I mean, it could change tonight as well. So, but, you know, it's Dega. Anything can happen here. You know, some of the guys might get knocked out early. It looks like a pretty good field because of, obviously, Dega. And, yeah, I mean, things can happen pretty quick. And, you know, you might be able to gain a little bit of points in somebody tonight. Yeah, you're running out of shots, though, as the season winds down here.
Yeah, we're looking at the schedule. You got 4 races remaining, counting tonight's race, 3 after tonight. Go to Texas, Watkins Glen, and Dover. A great mix of tracks, very unique tracks coming up to kind of see who can make the most of that. I look forward to kind of seeing who's going to show up in these next couple of races because they are not like your typical. I guess Texas is kind of a typical cookie cutter, but it is a little bit different with that banking in turn 1. You got a road course at Watkins Glen, and then Dover. This is the only time we go to Dover this season.
Yeah, and I've always struggled at Dover, but, you know, there's the Dover ringers, there's the road course ringers, and then, yeah, there's the mile and a halfers. So you only get that one extra chance of the mile and a halfer. Tonight's going to be kind of a crapshoot. You really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you're going to have to play with your team. You're going to have to make your pit stops, stay out of the big one if there is a big one, and just kind of manage your race tonight, and hopefully you don't get taken out. I mean, that's the key for tonight.
Yeah, tonight it's going to be really interesting. One of the things that makes this race so exciting, besides the crashes that can happen, the spectacular crashes you see sometimes at Talladega, is the fact that almost anybody, if you were within shouting distance of the leader on the last lap, you can win this race. Things happen on these last laps of these races. If you put yourself in position, you've got a chance to win, and almost anybody can do that if they can just make it to that last lap.
Yeah, last corner, last lap. That's where the excitement usually always is, and yeah, you got to be there, and that's the trick. So you know, hopefully these guys again, they're gonna race with their heads on, and you know, if we get green flag stops, you're gonna have to kind of manage it with your team. Get in, get out of your box, make sure you're not speeding. You know, some guys are going to be taking tires. There's going to be a lot of little strategy here tonight if we stay green as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to maybe something like that happening tonight. But again, yeah, you definitely don't want to be in the wreck, and you don't definitely want to be the guy that causes the wreck either. So there's a little bit of pressure for some of these guys out there with that aspect.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. I want to shout out the VANLILY'S stickers sponsorship for the series. Just one more time, I thank those guys for coming on. Like I said, this is our our second race with them, and we got 3 more after tonight. Should be a lot of fun, but I appreciate those guys coming on, kind of sponsoring the series, allowing us to bring this racing to you guys. And also Victory Designs for sponsoring the races from here on out. You'll see their logo on every race going forward for this series this season. Victory Designs, definitely want to check them out. It's Victor Pfluger actually heading up that whole operation. So if you have a paint idea or a graphic design project that you have, definitely want to hit them up and hit him up, I guess, and see what he can do for you. And all of our sponsors are actually listed down in the description of this broadcast. So definitely check them out. Go visit them and help yourself to maybe some cool little deals and things you can check out there too. And I got to say too, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Oh, no. I was going to tell you guys to like, subscribe to the channel. Right. It really helps us out. If you guys are interested, definitely do that. Check us out. But if you enjoy it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get notifications there for everything coming up here on Full Throttle TV. We are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays right now. We're adding a 4th day here soon with some of the things we got going on. So definitely, if you will, subscribe, check us out, and stick around for some racing action.
Yeah, we're at 150, almost 150 off of that 1,000 mark. So yeah, we could definitely use the extra subscribers.
All right. We got 75 laps on tap tonight, racing to lap 20 for the stage. They are gridding up. Let's go down to our starting lineup for tonight's Victory Designs 200. Starting from pole tonight, newcomer to the series, just signed up, the 13, Ty Lounsbury, going to find himself on pole in his number 13 Chevrolet. Starting on the outside of the front row, longtime FTSR member, the 08, Sylvain Jolly, and his Ford's going to start from the 2nd position. 3rd place going to the number 91, that is Stephen Hassett in his Chevrolet, and 4th, right beside him, is the 21 Victory Designs Van Lille Series Chevrolet of Victor Pfluger. Starting 5th spot, the number 43, that is Claude Ferlin in his Ford, and starting beside him in row 3 in the 6th position, the 02, that is Wyatt Hunley. Starting 7th spot, last week's winner, the 30, Justin Gann's going to be coming from the 7th position in his number 30 Ford. Starting 8th spot, right beside him is the 12, that is Zach Stevens in his Chevrolet. Austin Amore will be coming from the 9th position in his number 2 Chevrolet. Beside him in the 10th spot, going to be the 32 Chevrolet of Darren Clement. 11th spot going to the 19, that is Richie Coy. Beside him is a satellite team, the number 22 Ford of Michael Blackner. 13th spot going to the 92, that is Zach Saunders. And 14th position going to the 1 Chevrolet of Jonathan Atkins.
All right, starting 15th, we got the 44 of Ted Lisby. Then we have Marty Roberts starting 16th in car 54. Lane Allen, car 16, starting 17th spot. Then you have Joshua Susie starting 18th in car 18. Tanner Tomasi, car 55, starting 19th. Brian Bliss, car number 8, starting 20th. Ed Boyles Jr. starting 21st in car 38. Then you have Bobby Terrell, car 14, starting 22nd. Dylan Clark starting 23rd in car number 29. Joshua Gaiman in car 77, starting 24th. Kyler McCarthy in 25th spot in car 88. David Smeal Jr., car 99 in spot 26. Michael Deach, 27th spot, car 9. Then you have Casey McMullen, car 71 in the 28th spot. And then rounding out the 29 car field, you have Kevin Gibney Jr. in car number 3.
All right. 29 cars taking the green flag tonight. We had Dylan Clark already jumped to pit road with some issues, so he's going to be starting for the pits. But we have 29 cars taking the green flag here tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Tony, this is an exciting race for a lot of guys. They love these super speedway racing action, really close racing. It's a lot of fun until it isn't. Sometimes it goes wrong and it can cause some big issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, we're going to see a lot of the guys, choosing their lanes. They're going to be swiping left, swiping right, trying to zigzag around. What's their stage tonight, too? I can't remember.
Lap 20.
20, yeah. So they got to make it to lap 20, get that stage, and then it's going to be green on from there. And, again, I hope to see some green flag stops. That really kind of shows shows you how much practice you've had pitting, you know, and especially too, it just it's kind of a fun aspect when you see some of the bigger teams and a lot of the guys that get out there and try to make that strategy work there.
A lot of the drivers are talking about how much these cars move around. These cloudy skies are going to help that a little bit, but if the sun peaks out, look for handling to become more of an issue here, as all the drivers trying to figure that out and trying to make their car fast, but also make it handle with those older tires. We'll see who does it best. The pace car peels off. Ty Lounsbury leads them to the restart zone. Sylvain Jolly beside him. We're getting ready to get this thing started. The Victory Designs 200 is almost, and now green flag, and we are underway.
Yeah, and we got to remember, we got that delayed start finish line. I shouldn't say delayed, but it's a little bit further down. It's not really in the middle of the trial oval like most tracks. That's the one key here at Talladega, and the fact that the track is wide enough to go 3 wide, and we might see a lot of 3 wide action tonight.
Early all Lounsbury going to jump out front, getting that push from behind from Stephen Haas. It's going to get him to the lead. We'll see if this outside lane can form up down the backstretch. You usually see some momentum down the back here.
Well, that's the thing, too. Yeah, you want to make sure that you got a fast car out in front of the line, and the second and third place car really play a big factor into the speed of the first car. The second car's got to maybe kind of give them a little bump here and there, and the third car's just got to kind of stay clean and in tow and kind of work with the 2 cars in front of them. You definitely don't want to push the pusher, but you want to be there for that support for the pusher. And you can see like the inside line making it work right now.
Coming around to complete lap 1, Ty Lounsbury out front, getting a push from Stephen Hassett, Claude Furlan, 1, 2, 3. But that outside lane being led by Sylvain Jolly, trying to make some hay up front.
Yeah, well, I saw the 21 Victor Fluger kind of came down into the inside lane, and he kind of choked up that line a little bit just because he was not on the back of Sylvain. And Sylvain, yeah, he's only the lead of like 5 cars right now in that outside lane. So the momentum right now, or at least the car numbers, are on that lower lane. But man, the 91 is beating the 13 right now.
Yeah,
just trying to get him out there. Yeah,
a big push right now, but you got to be careful not to get him too out of shape, because that will just slow that inside lane down, or even worse, cause a crash.
Well, yeah, a big of a shot might be loose enough where it can actually, hinder the entire line, and you got to be a little careful with that. And I know you and I, we haven't really driven these cars a lot, so I'm not really sure what the bumping etiquette is around here. Did the cars really work pretty good with these bumps? I guess we're going to find out a little later here tonight. But yeah, that one bump, the 91 gave the 13, looked like it may upset the 13 just a hair.
Yeah, driving these cars in the past, I mean, they move around a lot at all the tracks, including here. Not much of a rear spoiler on these cars. You usually see the guy that's kind of snake off of turn 2 right there. And any bumping just kind of upsets the car even more. So if you're already out of shape and already having handling issues, it's just going to exacerbate those issues.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back through the field because, I mean, we actually have a couple of distinct packs right now. Bobby Terrell, 24, very tail end of the first pack. But we have a Casey McMullen, Michael Deach kind of lost the groove there. And then even further back, there's like a little mini pack, about 5 cars back there with Kyler McCarthy and Joshua Susi, Joshua Gaiman, and then David Schmiel, and then Kevin too. And then unfortunately, Dylan Clark started from the pits, and he is at the very, very tail end. That's a scary spot to be when you don't have any draft help, and you got to hope that you can maybe get through this without going a lap down before this stage comes out.
Yeah, you got to really wonder. These guys are good ways back already. They just crossed the start-finish line. They're a half a lap down.
Yeah.
To the lead group here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back, maybe take a look at the replay there. But man, it's starting to get a little spicy up front there. I mean, we got a third lane start.
That upside, sliding deep in there.
Yeah. I don't know who that was, but man, he swiped left. I think that was the 12 of, is that Chad or Zach Stevens? It almost looks like he got loose when he went down there. But
they're trying to hang out Sylvain Jolly, and it looks like they're going to do that successfully as they get a 3-car group on the top side there. That top lane just kind of broke apart and just chose different directions to go.
Yeah, and Atkins is pushing Wyatt Hundley right now, pretty good. They're definitely trying to get forward, man. But that 55, he is really tight onto the 1 right now. He's going to have to let up just a hair there.
Boy, they get kind of mismatched there going into the corner.
Yeah. Well, that's Tanner in that 55. Tanner, don't push the pusher out there.
Well, that's his teammate right there in front of him,
yeah.
too. I'm sure his teammates probably telling him the same thing. Hey, whoa.
Relax. I mean, again, yeah, the third car is there for support, and you really just kind of want to support that second car. Let the second car do all the pushing, but try to stay close to the guy's bumper.
Boy, he's getting close again.
Yeah.
And
all that's going to do is, and all that's going to do is it's going to jack up Jonathan a little bit, and then Jonathan's not going to be able to get to Wyatt's bumper.
We got some guys pulling out of line. Victor Fluger jumping to the top, trying to make something happen, change some positions here. It kind of broke up that front pack, and now you see Stephen Hassett jumping up to try to lead that outside charge.
13, he was like, hey, I can go up there too. I got a little room. Here comes the Fluger.
Yeah, Fluger's like, all right, that was great and all, but I want to be the one leading up here.
Almost like a little bit of blocking going on. Blocking but not blocking kind of a deal. Kind of managing, let's just call it lane management right now.
Oh, yeah. Working lap 7 of 75, getting to lap 20 for the stage. We're off turn 2.
Well, Fluger's getting a great push there for Dustin Gann. I mean, he is out in front, and they are 3 wide right behind him.
They are 3 wide. Plenty of space being given right there, though.
Yeah.
They are 3 wide, but there's plenty of space there to make that work if you give each other room there, and they certainly are doing that right now. See the 30 of Gann come down to block off that inside lane.
Yeah, keep Fluger out there. I'll tell you, I saw Wyatt Hunley and Jonathan Atkins kind of closing up there as well. So they were able to make that outside line work pretty good, and they're finding their way up to the front here.
So far, so good as we work lap 8 now. 7 in the books. But we have a new leader, Victor Fluger, up front with help from his teammate, Justin Gann. And you're going to need teammates. You're going to need help out there tonight, Tony.
This is, well, we always say that, but this is a team race more than anything. And yeah, you definitely, this is where you kind of lean on your teammates, and there's a lot of discussion, a lot of chatting going on, and you can usually see, I mean, I know the people in the broadcast land, they can't see, but we can see the different teams in the Discord server, and you know they're chatting up a storm saying, okay, we're going to go left, we're going to go right, this is when we're going to pit. I'm staying in the inside line. I'm just out here riding. There's just a lot of chitter chatter going on right now, and that's the way it is. It's not all for themselves, and a lot of these guys too would love to see them push their teammate to a win, if not get the win themselves. So that's why I love these super speedways. It's a fun little aspect.
It is definitely a different approach. Like I said, you have to kind of manage the team. The team has to be on the same page. There's there's a lot of working together that needs to happen. And if you can perfect that, you can definitely improve your chances here at Talladega just because of the sheer numbers you need to succeed here.
Well, yeah. I mean, the numbers, and then, too, I mean, again, if we get to that green flag stage where we have some green flag laps and stuff, you're going to need to make sure the whole team is on the same game plan and get in and out of the pits properly and just work together. I mean, it even means, maybe slowing down if a guy, if there's a down man in the back that you got to maybe let catch up or whatnot, and and then the lead guy's got to make sure he knows the guy is catching up to him, because we've seen that happen a few times before.
Well, we're working the lap for halfway for the stage. Let's check on these guys back here. You were talking about Kyler McCarthy and some of those guys. They've kind of lined up now. I'm going to stay with them till they hit the line here. We'll go back to our leaders. They're at the line right now, and our leaders in the middle of the backstretch.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm kind of, as you were talking about that, I went back to the replay of the front half of the race, or the beginning of the race, just to see where these guys were sitting or what actually happened. There wasn't anything nefarious going on. They just lost the draft early on. Maybe one guy just didn't go quickly enough and got separated somehow. There may have been a tiny little checkup, or maybe somebody's got the wrong gear in. I mean, you never know. It could be a number of things. But, yeah, they obviously lost the draft pretty heavy. And they've got a good group of cars, so, I mean, at least they're probably running similar pace laps to the lead here. But
speaking of the lead,
yeah,
we got a lead change. The 03 Wyatt Huntley getting pushed from teammate Jonathan Atkins is going to take over the lead here coming out of turn 2. I think he led that lap as well. Oh, Atkins got him all jacked up down the backstretch. Has to check up and get out of it. A big checkup for that outside lane. That's going to cause him to have to regroup here.
Yeah. That's how quickly it can happen too. Yeah, one bad push could definitely, and it hurts. It doesn't hurt just your run and your lead for the lead there, but it really affects the entire lane. And sometimes it could take 10, 15 laps for that lane to kind of get that momentum.
By two for the lead. Yeah, you're right. They're still regrouping. It just takes so long to kind of get the cars. Ooh, that was a close move back there. It just takes so long to get the cars kind of wound up there.
Yeah, I'm looking too. Who's the very last guy in that pack there? Is that Darren Clemens? No, that is Marty Roberts. No, I'm still looking. That is that's Ted Lispy. He's the last guy on that in that pack there. So it looks like Michael Blackner, Brian Bliss, Bobby Terrell. They kind of got separated from that pack as well. Yeah, we've got what, 4 distinct packs now? A big main pack, a pack of 3, a pack of 2, and then a pack of 6.
Not sure I'd even call it a pack of 2.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A 2-pack.
A 2-pack, yeah.
2-pack, you sure?
All right, Justin, I've been having a little bit of back pains. All this packing, and I'm thinking about the back.
Well, they're packing it tight there through 1 and 2. Is White Huntley down on the door of Victor Fluker there, trying to get a good run off the corner, and he does so. But that is close racing to the corner.
Atkins gave Wyatt a pretty good push there, but it looked like Wyatt got a little bit of loose going through there. Like I said, I don't know how well these cars react. I mean, most of the other cars do react pretty good to some decent pushing, but it's been a while since you and I have been in this car, so yeah, I'm not really 100% sure how well it works. Or even like, I know some of the cars too, they have a little over-exaggerated draft effect, and some of them don't have a good draft effect at all. Man, Huntley goes down. He sells out his teammate there.
Yeah, he's going to want to control that inside lane. He got clear and just decided to take it. Maybe Jonathan Atkins communicating, saying that he might be overheating a little bit as well. So there might be a little bit of that as well. But that's going to give control of the front, though, to those 2 team cars. We talk about controlling this race. Sometimes it's very important to get in control. You see a little bump to the 0-2, gets him out of shape into 3. And that allows Jonathan Atkins to jump down in front.
Well, yeah, Edwood actually gave him a pretty good push there in the 38, and then Wyatt's little issue brought Jonathan up to the front there.
Gotta wonder if that was maybe
a little
the plan all along.
Yeah, possibility.
Let's put Ed Bowles up front there. He's leading that outside lane now, takes sole control of the lead. Is he going to drop down? He's got Richie Coy right behind him.
Yeah, and Ed actually is kind of in the chat with Richie Coy right now, so they're kind of, I guess, at least playing nice with each other. They're part of that Fury group right now.
Doing a good job. Big push to the front there. They're going to take over the lead. Are they both going to move down here? Looks like they are. Just barely. Oh, and there's a checkup behind them.
Yeah.
Did they make it through? Looks like everybody made it through.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. And just to remind you all, in the viewing broadcast at home, the 19 and the 1 are our teammates on Monday nights.
They are, but they're not teammates here. Boy, that was tight there moving down there.
Richie did apologize over the radio, but yeah, that's a brown pants moment for a lot of the guys there.
That's going to frustrate a lot of the guys back here, unfortunately, having to kind of get shook up there, and it's going to kind of string things out a little bit here. As everybody's trying to find a line to run in. But now, you got some guys moving around. Tanner Tomasi trying to lead the outside lane.
But yeah, they're going to have to try and get that outside lane working again. Because, it obviously has broken up. I had to go back to look at the Michael Blackner, Bobby Terrell, and then Brian Bliss back there. I was thinking maybe, a little shakeup like that might bring that 3-car pack kind of up there. But and they're starting to gain. They're at like a 1.4 second deficit off of Ted Lispy. If they can get into that 1 second groove, they could start maybe sniffing that draft a little bit.
I don't know if they see what we're seeing, they might not want to get up here. They might not be too quick to try to get up here.
Well, we are going to be having the stage very soon, so it's not that critical. But it is kind of nice to see if you guys can maybe work together a little bit. And I always like to be in the pack anyway, just because you can save a little gas. And if you can save some gas, it makes your pit stop shorter. And if you can make your pit stop shorter, you can, get out of the box quicker. And, that'll give you a couple spots, especially on a stage lap.
We are working racing to 20 for the stage, so only a few laps left here to make some moves and try to get that stage win. You got a couple of teammates up front, Tanner Tomasi, Jonathan Atkins, Wyatt Huntley. Actually, the three of them lined up on that outside lane.
Yeah, they definitely were able to get it going. I'm wondering if Ed does not have the setup in the car for, to be a lead car. We talk about this too every time we come to these plate races. You need to have the fast car out in front of the pack.
I wouldn't say that. He drove to the front on the outside lane with a push from Richie Coy. So I think he's fine. He just kind of regrouped down there on the bottom.
Yeah, well, it's the same guy, same pusher, but he kind of got smoked by the outside right now. And I'm just kind of waiting to see the Tanner, the one, and the 02 of Wyatt, maybe make that dive down. I think once they finally maybe get
I don't think they're going to get clear. Here comes that inside lane back to the inside of the 02 of Wyatt Huntley. Starting to make moves to the front again. It's like the top two. Yeah, they're kind of breaking up here. As we're getting three wide now with
the 2 right now. The 2 and the 30. The 2 of Austin Moore and the 30 of obviously
1.5 laps to the end of the stage here as they work the backstretch. They'll come around and C1 to go for the stage. And they're starting to get down to it. Starting to get hot and heavy here. People trying to move around, trying to make something happen.
So Maine Jolly swipes left, trying to get down the lead of that inside line there. He doesn't have a lot of guys, but here comes Ed Boyles. If he can give Sylvain a pretty good bump here.
Yeah, coming off the corner. Jonathan Atkins giving the 55 a pretty good push there. They come through the tri-oval. Let's see, one to go for the stage. One more lap.
Now, I don't want to make fun of Tanner or anything, but that's probably the safest place for Tanner when he's being pushed instead of being the pusher. So,
boy, I tell you what, they are moving around a lot. Whoa!
And as I said that, it all kind of went bad for everybody. That whole team got split up. Man, we were 4 wide.
55 hanging on there with a push from the 1 there. Had to get sideways. That gives the lead to Sylvain Jolly, though, doing a good job. I know we've got a wreck in the back. It was only a matter of time as they go spinning in the back. Stephen Hassett involved. No caution yet. Now the caution flies.
There it is, yellow.
And actually, that's going to allow Ed Boyles, who was the leader at the time. Or is it Sylvain Jolly? Let's see what it scores here.
Ed, I believe. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see the yellow come out myself. I think Ed did actually have him by the yellow.
Hassett smoking after that contact. Unfortunately, it's going to be, looks like he's probably going to be out of this race. Also, Wyatt Huntley involved in that as well. And I think all that started with that checkup in 1 and 2, kind of got everybody together. And unfortunately, 3 and 4, well, actually on the backstretch, calamity ensued.
Yeah. And I don't know how they're going to score it, but yeah, it looks like Ed was out. I thought Ed was out in front, but yeah, no, it looks like they're giving it to Sylvain.
Jolly scored as the leader.
And that will be our stage.
Gosh, so let's go back and look at this replay and see what happened here on the backstretch a lap ago. That was that 4 wide you were talking about, and it eventually just goes wrong. That was a terrible camera view. Let's see if we can do better than that. Looking head on here, they get 4 wide. Oh, there's contact in the middle there. Who's that? Somebody in contact with Wyatt Huntley.
I gotta go back and I'm trying to watch it on the replay. I know the replay's a little delayed for me. There's a lot of room out there, but yeah, it looks like the Warren Huntley actually kind of made that first contact.
Yeah. I think Huntley drifted up the track, unfortunately, into the side of Austin there.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of room to do 4 wide out there. I don't really recommend it, but I mean, it can happen. All right, pit road is busy. I see cars going up in the air too, so tires are being taken.
Big hit by the 91 and the 02, so their night's going to be severely impacted from that. Everybody hits pit road.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where aero does play a difference. So you definitely, the one bonus about it is though, if you do have a little bit of minor damage or even a few minutes of damage, you can get a lot of it repaired in the pit stop. But we've seen often, way too often, that maybe a little bit of fender damage or a little bit of tail fin damage, it can definitely hurt your speed.
This is a big break, and they knew it was coming, but those guys in the back, Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Gibney Jr., Dylan Clark, all those guys that were kind of riding around the back, they're going to be able to regroup here and get back into this one. Looks like Brian Bliss maybe missed his pit stall. He drove through pit road.
I have to go look and see what happened to Brian there. Yeah, that actually could have been a part of the strategy for some of these guys. Just hang out in the back. They were together. They I mean, they had the speed at least to not go a lap down, so that might have worked out.
Well, if you look at it this way, they outsmarted 2 or 3 guys anyway, right?
Yeah, very true. If you stay out of it, that means you can be in it later, or at least there for the finish later.
Well, you don't want to be in it later.
Yeah.
But you want to be in the race later.
All right, out in chat too. We got Catabolic wishing us aloha.
Once again.
Yeah, another aloha post. Are you if you're still out there, are you broadcasting or talking to us from Hawaii?
From the Big Island.
Yeah. I always thought Australia was the Big Island, but
well,
I guess Hawaii's our big,
it's a bigger island. Yes.
All right, I do see Brian Bliss going in right now. He did miss his pit stall.
We got a few coming in topping off as well.
Yeah.
Joshua Susi, Blackner, Gaiman, Dylan Clark, all the guys that were back there towards the back decided to come in and top off their tank. That could be big. It's not a bad strategy if you're back there.
Yeah. Well, that would lead me to believe. I mean, we have 77 laps or 75 laps. So you minus the 22 from that gives you 53. You half that gives you 26 laps. I would think they'd have more than 26 laps of gas here, but maybe it's a little tight for some of these guys. I mean, I know if you're leading, you definitely burn off a little bit of fuel, and I know Michael Blackner was leaning that little bitty 3-car pack, so he may have burned up a little bit more fuel during that run. But you never know. Looks like we got a Canadian front row right now.
We do. Sylvain Jolly, your leader, to the outside, the 43 of Claude Ferlin. Gonna line up in second spot.
Yeah, teammates up front. Their big job is they're going to have to try to get together and single out quickly as possible. Actually, I just noticed too that both of them are driving Fords. I don't think they've been driving the Fords in the last go-arounds. They were always Toyota guys. Am I wrong in there?
I'm not sure.
Back up, I'm talking a couple years ago when we used to run with them. I thought they were always Toyota guys. Toyota, in the truck series, I think they ran Toyotas, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good. I'm a Ford guy, so I'm happy to see a little bit more Fords out there.
It's good to see some Fords out there because I know the Fords have been kind of sparse in the actual series. So
right.
Zach Saunders is out there in the Ford as well. So good to see it. Of course, Richie in there. Michael Blackman. All right, pace car is going to peel off. Sylvain Jolly going to lead them down here to this restart zone. Don't get over anxious as we come down here. Going to get the restart with 52 laps remaining. Green flag flies, and we're back racing here at the Victory Designs 200.
Yeah, these cars take so long to wind up. The green usually when that green goes, you see a surge, but not here. It's a slow acceleration.
Yeah, I know. I say the green flag, and I'm trying to get excited for it. They're just creeping up the speed.
they go from a walk to a brisk run or a brisk walk.
Oh, here comes Richie Coy looking to the outside
Yeah.
of Sylvain Jolly for the lead. Not willing to sit around and wait here. A couple of Fords, 3 Fords up front, fighting for the lead. Richie's going to get it, pull back down in front of Sylvain.
I mean, good move, but you know, I'm going to have to have a little flaw there. Again, you're out front, you're wasting all your fuel. You don't have any teammates around you either, so you know, that might be too early of a move in a plate track, I'm guessing.
Richie said he doesn't care. His car runs on victory fuel.
Well, he might have that special fuel. That's very possible, yeah. All right, so Catabolic. That's Derek Cat, and he's in Ohio.
Oh, okay. In Ohio. Aloha from Ohio.
You know, when we see the alter egos, the Catabolic, you know, I mean, it's tough to tell who they are. I mean, I guess we could have put 2 and 2 together with Cat, but yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah.
Let's see, Derek Cat. I think the animal, Catabolic.
Right.
I like that.
It's way better than that Z-Wing character.
Better than Catatonic, I guess.
Well, yeah.
All right, out front it is Richie Coy. Here comes Tanner Tomasi, though. We already saw him sideways a couple times tonight.
That's right.
That big push from the 1. He's wanting to get out front and get this lead.
Well, and it kind of looks like we're starting to get a couple of distinct packs right now. It doesn't look like anybody really has lost the draft yet, but I don't know. That 1 pack, to me, it's a little dangerous right now, where I'm trying to think, who is that? Is that Darren? No, I got to get into that car there to see who that is. It's 13 right now of, who's the 13? Still trying to remember all these numbers here. Ty Lounsbury. Okay, he did. He had
Pulsator.
Pulsator, right. He had a little bit of a, he was kind of looking like the pack was splitting up there, but he had finally caught up there.
Side by side for the lead. The 19 of Coy on the bottom, the 55 of Tomasi on the top. We got Sylvain Jolly on the bottom. Claude Ferlin on the top, 2 by 2. Able to break away and take this lead solely at this point.
No, and I would think the LED guys, they would probably try to get their, if they had an opportunity to kind of link up, I think they would, but unfortunately they just have not had that chance, I mean, especially starting on the front row together. And unfortunately, yeah, both of them are in the second row right now.
As far as our top 5 to top 7, the 2 cars that are there that are teammates are Sylvain Jolly and Claude Ferlin. They're the only 2 that are actually teammates in this whole group. I know Ed Boyles was working with Richie at one point. You got Zach Stevens up there. Jonathan Atkins, teammates with the 55 of Tomasi, but he's got some cars in between him as the sun comes out here at Talladega.
Yeah, definitely got a little bit brighter. And yeah, unfortunately, Wyatt Hunley, he is done for the night, so he did disconnect. So yeah, so they've, the 55 and the 1 have actually lost. But man, I'll tell you, both lanes right now, they're both working. I mean, the LED guys, and I know I keep saying the LED guys. I know that's not their team, but or Accent LED, but they're doing a really good job in that second spot, keeping both lanes driving forward.
On board with the the 08 of Sylvain Jolly here. Accent LED is their teammate. So him and Claude side by side, looking at the back of the 19 of Richie Coy, trying to give a push every now and then.
Well, in theory too, and I always say the second car can really control this race, and especially when both teams, when you got teammates controlling the second car in both lanes. I mean, you technically can kind of control this race. It really depends on how much you lean on the car in front of you, and you can slow down a little bit, check up the fuel just a hair here and there. I think the second car actually has way more power than even the lead car does.
Off the gearbox of the 43, Claude Ferlin looking back. Ed Boyles in that Chevy Camaro.
Like I say, one of my biggest issues is being out there and leading these laps. This is, I always call this kind of the chill part of the race. After the stage, you're going to have to pit again at some point. This is the ride around point. This is where you want to save your fuel as much as possible, and it's where you don't want to to be in the front. And looks like Claude Flerland, though, he's like, screw it, I want to be at the front. He made a dive in front of Richie Coy there, and he's leading that lane.
He did. A couple of 3 Fords lined up on the bottom there too. The 43, the 19, and 08, all there together.
Well, Accent, they're definitely in the same lane now. So if they can get Richie out of the picture, they might be able to hook up and maybe start really moving and grooving here.
Just the one caution right now for the stage is all we've had so far. Leader Tomasi there, but Furlan actually taking the fight to him there on the inside.
Yeah, Richie's just maybe getting on his bumper a little bit, maybe give him a little push. But there again, if you're not really losing that much, if nothing else, keep Tanner from swiping low in front of the ball. You don't necessarily have to be out in front, but you want to just don't give the outside line room to dive down in front of you. That's how the inside line can get shaken up real fast.
Jump back on board here with the 71 as Casey McMullen towards the back of this group here. Just 2x2x2 all the way through there. There's really nowhere to, I guess you could go 3 wide, but at this point, like you said, this is kind of the point of the race where you're going to kind of ride around. You got to kind of wait for that pit stop. You got one more pit stop to go here. You're kind of planning that out at this point. Every lap that goes by, this is always kind of the part of the race where I'm thinking about, okay, when do we pit? Who's going to pit with us? What are we doing on the pit stop? Are we taking tires? Are we taking fuel only? All that stuff, you're doing all that work and all that thought process, the work inside your mind trying to figure out, okay, this is the process, this is what I plan to do. Now, doing it is a whole other story, but you always want to kind of have a plan together.
Well, if you got a small team, yeah, it's not that hard to plan. But when you got 4 or 5 guys on your team, or if, guys in your chat that you're working with, like I say, Fury right now, they got 6 people. They're still out in track. They all got to be on the inside lane too. So it's like if we do go on certain lap X or whatever it is, we got to get down. And we don't see a lot of action right now in the outside lane. So eventually, again, those 6 cars on the outside lane, they're going to eventually have to dip down to get that pit stop. But we said what? I said what? 26. So maybe around lap 46, or 46 to maybe lap 50 is when we're going to start seeing pit stops. Maybe even a hair sooner. It really just depends on the fuel mileage of these guys.
These guys just playing with each other up here. I think.
Yeah.
A little push here, a little push there, just to. Ooh, a lot of shape there on the front.
Yeah, Claude looked like he hit the apron just a hair there and maybe jazzed him up a little bit. And Ed really, doesn't really, I don't think, know Tanner all that much. So he's really not kind of pushing the issue too much on Tanner. So, again, the best strategy right now, especially, is just to save as much gas as you can. That way you can make your stop as quickly as possible, especially if you can do it with your team as well. Because a lot of these guys, I know in some of the other series, we don't take tires because there's really not a lot of wear that happens. So if you can eliminate a tire stop and just go for a minimal amount of fuel to finish this off, that is the best, quickest strategy.
Yeah, Ed doing a good job out there. Currently up in the second spot on the outside lane. Hanging tough right here.
Yeah, just definitely holding the spot right now. And that's really all you got to do. It's the calm point.
Zach Stevens up there too in the 12 car for Vice Esports. Good run. Starting in the top 10. Currently running in the top 10. Bobby Terrell starting to sneak in there as well. Zach Saunders in the 92 there. Casey McMullen currently right inside the top 10. And the guys back towards the back end of the top 10.
Yeah, but that is a long line in the back there. They're just kind of waiting for that pit stop, it looks like. Claude, I saw get out of shape a little bit, and just saying having a hard time keeping the car down low there.
Well,
on the radio.
The longer they go, the more fuel they're going to burn off, and the lighter the rear is going to get. The older the tires are going to get, the more the handling is going to come into play. So it's not going to get any better for them. It's going to get worse until they make that pit stop.
Right. And then too, I know in the truck series, if you do not take tires, it's a little slippery just even getting out of pit road as well.
I was just thinking about that because that's if you're not going to take tires, you got those old tires. you got to get back up to speed with. It can be really slimy trying to get up back to speed. And not only that, it limits your maneuverability when you get back out there. If you're in the pack, it'll save you some time. But if they catch back up, and you got guys with newer tires out there, you're going to have a hard time holding them off because they're going to be able to, make moves a little bit easier than you are.
Yeah, and the trend's always been with these the super speedway plate races is, if the team that can get in and out cleanly and efficiently enough, and sometimes the guys that kind of come in early, they usually get that catbird seat. They usually have that dominant here. So it's again, it's really the pit stops are so crucial here, and it's really the make or break of the race. So if we do get them green, which it looks like we're probably going to get it, everybody's looking pretty calm out there. It's going to be the key factor of the race right now.
Everybody kind of in line right now too. Starting to get kind of thinned out.
Tanner got a little bit up there. I don't know if Ed got into him a little bit, maybe even jacked him up there.
So Lane losing drivers, losing steam.
Yeah, there was 1-6, and now there's just 4 out there. Looking for a hole maybe to dive low, but there's really nothing there yet. A little bit of space in that behind the 44 right now.
Yeah, if you're one of the guys on the inside, you don't want to leave a hole for those guys. You're like, nah, y'all made your bed. I want this position.
All right, Jonathan Atkins went down. I can almost see Jonathan Atkins maybe leaving a little space for his teammate there, and that's something that a teammate's going to do for offer your other teammate a little bit of a solid here. Are they going to let the 38 in? Maybe not, but 38 might be able to get let in by another one of his teammates. Because we're hitting 30, lap 38. Okay, Ed was able to sneak down behind Jonathan there.
Yeah, now 55 side by side with who's that? 44 Ted Lisby.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
I'm waiting to see the one give it a little bit of a break there and kind of leave a little room for Tanner, though. Man, they got to quit bouncing off each other, though.
Yeah, that's, Nope, the one says,
yeah.
You're on your own, buddy. Oh, he's going to try to dive. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, I'll leave you some room behind me.
Stevens is like he's wanting to try to make a move. Maybe on Sylvain Jolly keeps nosing out there. Oh, we got somebody else jumping out of line.
That's Tanner again. Man, Tanner, you just finally got down there.
I'm sure the one's having some words.
Well, like I say, to me, too, again, especially where he's at right now, if he doesn't find a spot, he's going to go straight to the back. He just does not have the draft there.
Ed said, I gave you a break once. I'm not letting you in here again.
Yeah. Fool me once, but fool me twice. No way.
Well, that move right there just cost him another position. But it doesn't. It's not huge because we still have a pit stop to go. But in the grand scheme of things, that didn't work out trying to make that move.
Yeah, this is definitely not. With pit stops coming, I'd imagine, again, maybe another 5 to 10 laps here we're going to have to go out. I think we'll eventually see most, if not all, of the field go in.
Well, we're on lap 40.
Pretty close.
36 laps to go.
Yeah, like I say, maybe another 5 laps here. We're gonna see them popping in here.
Well, this is exactly what Claude wants to see out front, leading he's the Pied Piper right now, leading that single file car line.
But that's the danger spot because you're not going to see if a team dips in before you, and then you're not going to notice how many cars are behind you, and you're out there. You got your hammer down. You're burning the most fuel out of everybody out there right now, and that's what makes this stop a little bit longer. So he's liking the spot now. This would be great, if it was like 3 or 4 to go, but right now that's really not the spot. Good for TV, though.
They're kind of sparse in the real series. Yeah. They're 4 of the top 5 here in the VANLILY'S stickers series. So 4 strong here tonight here at Talladega. The Victory Designs 200 here on Full Throttle Television. We are 41 laps deep, 35 laps to go. Pit stops approaching. We're all on the edge of our seat waiting to see who's going to be the first one. Make that pit stop.
Well, they're all they're all in line. I mean, they're all ready to go. So it's like, you know, there's nobody lane hopping right now.
I'm looking to see. Everybody's in this group, are they not?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Everybody's together.
We have got 27 cars. Yeah, Stephen Hampson and Wyatt Humley are the only two that are not in the race anymore. Kevin Gibney Jr., he's the last guy in that number 3 there.
He is. Number 3, Gibney back there in that 3. That orange number 3 that I told you last week, that reminded me of the Wheaties car.
That's
you said it was. You remember what
Mighty,
you said?
It was Mighty Wheatie. That's very right. Yeah.
Wheaties.
And I heard about it for the entire week.
Yeah. Oh, we got pit stops. We got guys diving down. Darren Clement leading them down. Oh, and he gets hit.
Whoa. Wow.
Who is that ran into him? A lot of cars in the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, disaster for the 32 there. Who got in the back
I'm gonna have
of
to go
it?
back. Yeah, let me go back and look there.
Was that Austin D'Amore?
I believe Austin D'Amore, yeah. Wow. I mean, unfortunately, it looks like Brian Bliss, too. He in the 9. Or no, Brian is not in the 9. That was Michael Deitch. Yeah, he actually missed the cone there. He's going to get a penalty for that.
All right, they try to link back up as they come back out. Chaos for the first group to come down pit road. And then we got some other ones coming down pit road towards the back.
Actually, that was not Austin Warren. That was our series sponsor. That was Victor Fluger that got it.
Oh, Victor.
Ouch.
So we got a few guys hitting pit road this time. Lane Allen, Michael Blattner, Brian Bliss, and Casey McMullen.
And I'm watching Michael Deitch. He kind of stayed in the grass and went back out on the track, so he might be okay where he doesn't maybe get a penalty for that. I don't know. That's a tough one.
He's going to lose a lot of track position by doing that, unfortunately, but might have been the better option. I don't know. There was a lot going on up in entry.
There was,
he just aborted. Said, no, all right, here we come.
I was shocked to see that many cars go down.
Here come the leaders. Richie Coy, some of the leaders. Richie Coy, Ed Boyles. Oh, locks it up, gets out in the grass. He's going to miss the cone as well, and that's going to be the end of his run at the front without a caution. Tanner Tomasi comes in with Bobby Terrell as well.
Small group, and it's going to be small when they exit too. Yeah, because I have a feeling that Ed's going to eventually get a pass through or something.
Richie Coy, Tanner Tomasi pull away.
Yeah. This is what we've been saying though since the beginning. I mean, these pit stops. This is where a lot of it's decided.
All right, let's see if the leaders pit this time by. Claude Furlan, Sylvain Jolly. They're going to stay out another lap. And I don't think that's a bad idea. They're going to get a little bit of draft here from the guys in front, I believe, here, and kind of pull them along. So that's really not a bad call.
Well, I've always kind of felt that the later you pit in the speedway, it's a little bit, it hurts you long run, just because the earlier pitters, and there was a pretty good group that came out. They're back up to speed already, and they're done for the night. They just got to kind of hammer through, and from what I'm looking to, really nobody's gone a lap down yet either. So it's kind of one of those, or at least Ed Boyles Jr. He's the only one right now a lap down, and Darren Clement, because of the issues they had on pit road. But you don't really lose a lap pit.
They're going to stay out again.
Yeah.
Pretty confident in their call here, so they're good. But the thing is, too, I know you would think you would want to stay with a large group, but there are times where a smaller group can make more time than a large group trying to race each other. So if these guys stay organized, they could make some time here.
Now the big issue, though, too. I mean, what do we have? We got 6 cars right now in that group. I think that's Victor Fluger kind of in behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they? I mean, are all 6 going to go in at the same time? Because that's going to be the bigger question.
You got to have that communication, right? You got a couple of teams mixed up in there. Zach Stevens, Zach Saunders, Ted Lisby right there with Sylvain Jolly and Claude Furlan.
Well, even Jonathan Atkins kind of
Atkins,
separated
yeah.
from his teammates. Yeah, he's just kind of on the island. So yeah, I mean, but Jonathan is in that spot where he can see if Accent kind of comes down for that pit stop, you'll be able to see it. But and you'd hope that some of the other guys are going to have the same kind of reaction. Maybe Claude or Sylvain will get on the radio and say, "Hey, we're going to pit this lap," and maybe entice the rest of that group up there to kind of stay with them.
Who's at the stayed low there?
That is Darren Clemens.
Kind of mix this group all up.
Yeah. Yeah, usually the lap cars should be on the higher line, but yeah, it definitely kind of jazzes them up a little bit, which is going to hurt. It just hurts their momentum right now because they're 3 wide.
Yeah, it really messed this group up there.
Yeah. You give that lead group a rolling chicane to kind of go through, and now it's broken them all up. And it actually, again, it's put Jonathan Atkins on the outside lane there, and it just if they pitted, I mean, Jonathan would have been screwed at that point.
Well, even from a speed standpoint, this really messed them up.
Yeah,
because they had a thing going there. But
yeah, I'm kind of looking back through the pack here too. Marty Roberts, he's in 7th. He's a lone car. Ty Lounsbury, lone car in 8th spot. Michael Deach, lone car, all by himself. Richie Coy and Tanner Tomasi, they're kind of linked up right now in 10th and 11th. But the big pack is Justin Gann in 12th right now. He's got Austin DeMore right by him. And there's a good group of cars back there, all the way up to, Kevin Gibney Jr. kind of leading. He was leading the big pack, and now he's leading the larger pack in the midfield right now. But I kind of feel like some of these guys are going to be, I think this big pack, as I mentioned, is going to start catching all these other little single cars, 2 cars. Accent's coming in. I just heard it over the radio.
All right, there's ring 4. Here they come down the pit road. No, I'm sorry. They're off turn 2. We'll give it a half a lap.
They gave a good heads up. So, yeah, they definitely wanted to make sure that the rest of that group heard about it.
Right.
The sad thing is, man, I had to go back to Jonathan Atkins. He got separated from that group of 6 he was in, and he's kind of stuck with some lap down cars right now. But I assume he's going to have to pit with these guys.
All right, here they come.
Yeah. Jonathan's going to have to drive it in deep, and he does, to try to get back with this pack. Good job on Jonathan's part there to kind of make up that time here.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do. You got to kind of balance.
Yeah. At least he didn't have to contend with other cars getting in there. He just had to just dive it in a little deeper. I'm kind of watching these guys. Jonathan, no tires, but the cars around him, 92 and 44, both are taking tires.
Yeah,
Claude Sylvain did not take tires either. He had the 12s, no tires.
All right, well, we have 25 laps remaining here at Talladega. Your leader now, Tyler Lounsbury. I don't think he's pitted yet. Claude Furlan leading this group off of pit road. Well, where's that lead group we were talking about? The first cars to catch him is going to be Richie Coy. Oh, almost contact with Michael Deach there.
And they're coming out with the 44 there, Ted Lisby as well. So they're going to add a little bit of numbers to that little group there.
I'll tell you what, Sylvain Jolly and that group, they did a good job. They still have a pretty good lead here. I know they're still getting up to speed a little bit, but they got a pretty good gap over that next group.
Yeah.
Richie Coy. Really nice.
They were able to make that work really well. Despite some of the disadvantages, that actually was a pretty good call there.
It's a 3.5 second lead up to Claude Furlan from Richie Coy. So,
and I just wonder maybe some of that opening or that first set of pit stop we saw with the amount of cars that came out that it just, I think you had mentioned it earlier too. Sometimes the smaller car field is able to work together cleaner and more efficiently, and that may have been the case there.
You do have quite the snarling pack back here, but we saw in one of our other races that those guys are able to link up with fewer cars and actually be a little bit faster.
Yeah, Well, they were able to do it. I mean, they're obviously still doing it. Eye on the times right now. Claude Ferland, last lap, he ran a 58.8. Going out, say, let's go Justin Gann, ran a 58.8. You ain't going to catch that lead pack if you're going the same amount of speed. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Just watching this group back here kind of sneak through some of the traffic. Slow the pace down just a little bit. And they are side by side kind of racing each other too, so you wonder if that's kind of hurting them as well.
Well, I'm just looking at lap times again too. Austin Moore has been really gnawing off that bumper of the 30 of Justin Gann. He ran a 50.57 that last lap. Claude ran a 50.6. So still, I mean, he's making, it's not enough. I mean, that's a couple hundredths right now.
Yeah. Oh, you still got, again, Ty Lounsbury's still leading out here.
Yeah.
13. All running this track all by himself right now. He's got to feel really lonely out there just running laps here at Talladega by yourself out there.
Well, Ty is just hoping maybe there's going to be a caution. But unfortunately, he was at 14 seconds about a couple seconds ago, and now he's 12 seconds. So, yeah, he's definitely losing some time here and very potentially not going to have that lead for much longer, especially if he's still got a pit.
He last stopped on lap 21, so he's going to have to be coming. Here he comes now. He's going to come to pit road right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not going to be very
slippery.
Good for him. Yeah, wow.
He's on to it. He's going to make it to pit road. We'll see where he sorts out, but he's getting passed right now by the leader, so he's going to fall back pretty good. They're out there running laps by himself, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, he's definitely not going to lose the lap, but the fact that he is going to be out there running solo, he may eventually lose the lap here. And actually, he overshot his box, too. Man.
Still Claude Ferland out front, Zach Stevenson second, Sylvain Jolly in third, Jonathan Atkins fourth, Zach Saunders in fifth spot. That's your top five right there out front, all by themselves. They have a 5-second gap to the next car in sixth position. That is Richie Coy with Tanner Tomasi, Justin Gann, and everybody else, as they're all packed up right there together. This is where the racing action's happening. They're going to have to do something to try to cut down this lead. It looks like they're just settled on kind of fighting amongst themselves here right now for sixth.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple scragglers, but yeah, that the rest of the main pack is in that second pack right now. And I'm trying to give you a car count of how many guys are in there. There's got to be, 14 cars? Or no, 16 cars in that pack. Oh, 20 cars in that pack.
Huh.
Do I hear 22?
They
were going so fast it was hard to count them, and I didn't feel like pausing.
We got one in the wall there. The white car coming out to make it 3 wide and runs into the wall.
Well, that's definitely not going to be good for that group.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good for that group. I mean, but you don't want to hurt the overall speed of that pack, especially with the amount of cars. I mean, you got 5 cars right now that are just walking away from you.
Yeah, they put Justin Gann in the middle there.
Yeah. And they've actually gained even a little bit of time off that lead, but the lead pack is still pulling away from them. So, yeah, the second pack, there needs to be a little bit of organization if they really want to get through this. Or at least maybe try to get back up to that lead pack. Because right now, they are that lead pack is in the catbird seat. If we stay green, that second pack is not going to catch them.
I'll tell you what, Josh Graven just got out of shape there with a push. And again, out of shape once again with another push. So Joshua Susi behind him.
And that's kind of, wow, another little bump there.
My goodness.
With contact with Michael Dietz there with Joshua Gaiman. Well, I mean, these guys are fighting for 6th place. If they continue to run like that, they're not going to do any better than that.
Wally veteran Bobby Terrell sitting back here watching this, he just kind of backed off a little bit and said, I don't think I want to be too close to that. All this happening behind your top 5 who are out there all by themselves. You got the best of the best, and you got 6th place on back, the best of the rest here. As we have 18 laps left here at the Victory Designs 200 at Talladega Superspeedway.
Yeah. Again, I'm pretty surprised by that strategy for Accent and followers to make that work there. But they're doing exactly what they need to be doing now. They're running a nice tidy line. They're staying in line. They're not fighting with each other yet. And they're just kind of staying ahead of that main pack. And that's really all they have to do right now.
Right, just kind of seeing who makes up this group. Of course, you got Claude Furlan and Sylvain Jolly, who are teammates. Yep. You got Zach Saunders, who I think may be teammates. Let's see. I'm not really sure what team he's on.
He may got two Zachs, one with an H and one with a K in that
group.
He
may be teammates with the 12, maybe on Speed Demon. I'm not really sure. No. Zach Saunders, I think, is Vice Esports. And then Zach Stevens with Speed Demon. Zach Stevens with Vice Esports.
Well, I know a lot of the guys. Well, the guys on the people watching the broadcast can't see this, but I'm looking at the little flag. You can put a little flag next to your name. We got 2 from Canada. We got 1 from Japan, 1 from USA, and then TKO. I don't know what that is. It looks like the Germany colors, but I could be wrong.
I wouldn't read too much into that. People can pick whatever they want to. So.
But it's just kind of funny with the variety that we have in the top 5 right now.
All right, 6 spots changed hands. Joshua Gaiman, Joshua Sousa, a couple of Joshes working together on that outside. Boy, he got him jacked up and out of shape again going down the backstretch.
Yeah, it's definitely not helping that back group back there. You almost need a couple of cars maybe to see if they can possibly break away from the rest of that group, but they're so tightly wadded back there. I just don't see that happening.
They're just racing themselves at this point. Justin Gann on the inside trying to move forward here. He pulls down in front of Richie Coy.
Yeah, they're racing like they're racing for the lead back there, but they are not.
It's exciting. We're having fun.
It is, yeah.
That top 5 is about 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds ahead of them. So.
Yeah, the top group they're still slowly pulling away from them. And the sad thing is too, I mean, they're not pulling away from them in a great deal. And these guys can actually see them in front of them. Michael Deitch now coming in for a scheduled or unscheduled, but he said he's pit. Yeah, I'm waiting to see some fireworks here. I mean, really, the only way this is going to change is if this back group has a little uh-oh. And unfortunately, some cars are going to be probably damaged after that.
They keep pushing.
Yeah.
Those two Joshes keep pushing like they are. They're going to have an uh-oh, and it's going to be at the front of this pack, and that's the last thing these guys want to see. Some of them may want to see it to get back in contention for the win. But
that's why the 14 of Bobby Terrell pulled to the back a little bit. He's kind of hanging out back there with Lane Allen as well, looks like. Ted Lispy, I believe, is even behind them. Or no, the 44. No, that is Ted Lispy in the 44.
All right, let's see. They made up a little bit of time this time by now that they're lined up. 5.4 is the gap.
Yeah, we'll give it a lap and we'll check some lap times too to see where they're at.
13 laps remaining.
Yeah, I mean,
do some math. What do they have to make up each lap? 13 laps.
13 laps. I mean, you got to make at least a half a second a lap, really. Because I mean, you'd want to be, a little bit of comfortable zone, 4/10, maybe 4.5 a lap to even make it up. And then you got to figure you got to pass them.
Well, if you get a run, get the draft, you can get beside them pretty quickly, but can you finish that pass? That's going to be the question.
Well, if they do eventually get the run, you're going to definitely see the lane split. And then that's where the calamity begins.
Still the same up front. Claude, Zach, Sylvain, Jonathan, and the other Zach.
So I guess that does bring me to the question, who in the top 5 here is going to make the first ditch out? Are the teammates going to go together? You think you're going to see maybe Atkins maybe kind of pull out?
If Zach moves, I think the other Zach maybe goes with him, maybe the one as well. But Claude's got Sylvain in the 08 back there as well. So,
well, ideally too, yeah. The Accent's probably thinking if we could get the 12 to maybe take the dive out there, then maybe Sylvain could give Claude a push.
If it's a last lap move,
yeah,
then he's going to have a hard time, I think, finishing it off. You got to time that just right. 4.5 seconds between that gap, that group back there, and the leaders. So they have all of a sudden.
They've made a little spot time there. Well, let's see though. What do we got? Claude Ferlin, he ran a 50.84, and Joshua Gaiman ran a 50.334.
That's your half a second we were talking about.
Well, no, that's only. Well, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is that half a second. Yep. So yeah, they're. But we did say that a couple laps ago. We're down to 10 laps now.
Yeah, 10 laps remaining. The gap is 4.2 seconds.
Which means they need about 4.5 tenths a lap here. And let's see, Joshua Gaiman's last lap was a 50.23. He picked up a little speed there. Joshua Gaiman, or Claude Ferlin, sorry. He ran a 50 point, that is a 6.48. So Claude actually picked up a little bit of speed there.
What did I say it was last time by?
4/10. You were saying it was 4.2.
4.2. All right, let's see what it is this time by. They are gaining.
4.20, I think you said. That was yesterday's holiday.
Yeah, let's not revisit that. 3.8. So that's 4/10. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I think they need.
Close.
Yeah. I mean, I think they need the 4/10 and a little something. But
well,
again,
they're going to get a little draft when they get close.
Right. I was just going to say that. Yeah. Once they get to that 1 second barrier, they might be able to get snip that draft. And now, unfortunately, you got Michael Deach. It's he might be the bridge of wind. Because he's kind of in between both of them right now. So Joshua Gaiman might be able to sniff a little bit off of Michael Deach right there, and then that might even help him get a little bit more speed, and that might be where some of that speed's coming from as well. So that lap down car might be a big key factor. Can he get out of the way though and get to the outside once Joshua gets up there?
Yeah, it could also slow him down. That's what I was thinking. 3.7.
Exactly, yeah.
So they did not gain that time. But maybe a 10th.
Yeah, that's not going to happen again, though. You might be able to use that wind bridge right now. They've caught the wind bridge. He's gotten out of their way.
The wind bridge has moved to the top.
The wind bridge has moved to the top. I mean, what else do you call it though? Because he's kind of in between. He's not really in play, but it does offer that backpack a little bit of draft where they can maybe make up a little bit of speed. I don't know. I haven't found a better word for it, so I'm just going to call it the wind bridge.
Their progress has kind of slowed down a little bit. 3.3 seconds now.
Well, I kind of feel like Joshua Susi he hasn't really been on the bumper that much. He might be having a little bit overheated. He was really heavily on the bumper earlier, and he's just not there as much now.
I do wonder if he's overheating, trying to give that push.
You can kind of see him dipping out. Yeah, you can see him dipping out to the outside a little bit too. Maybe kind of get a little bit of air into that intake. There, it looks like he's linked back up now, giving him that push. But man, if they would have linked up or lined up a little bit sooner too, that may have been a different story here.
It's the thing too. They have to stay organized here too to make this work. Still 3.3 seconds between them. They've lost the momentum they had a little bit here.
I know, honestly, yeah, and it's I mean, it's meant to be said. I mean, or has to be said that one of these cars get out of line. One of these cars maybe try to start making a dive for the outside. It's just going to be a monkey do, and that momentum is gone.
Claude
so yeah, they have to. They have to stay where they're at.
Doing a great job out front, man. That pit stop, they come down there, got the pit stop, didn't take tires. That was the call right now. They are out there leading. That group that waited, we thought they might be in trouble. They proved us wrong. They come out there, had a great lead. They've maintained. They got right back into the saddle. They've worked together. They've stuck together. They've stayed organized and kept that speed. They've done a well of a job here.
Yep. And two, I mean, that late dive to pit road for that front group, I mean, it would have given them a little less fuel to put in the car too. So I mean, they definitely could have helped out a little bit as well. I mean, there's so many different little factors here with these plate races.
We are down to 2.6 seconds now between this group. They've picked it back up again.
Well, the front pack now has got a little bit of a wind bridge in front of them. It's the bridge to nowhere, but it's definitely a little bit more of a draft that they're picking off than the backpack is. So they might actually gain a little bit of speed here.
Ty Lounsbury and Marty Roberts running together.
Yeah, I believe, both of them they're actually going to be, they're fighting to stay on the lead lap here. They're at the tail end of the lead lap.
4 laps remaining here for the Victory Designs 200 at Talladega. 4 laps to settle this one. Claude Furlan lead right now. Zach Stevens, Sylvain Jolly, Jonathan Atkins, Zach Saunders, top 5, and that is the 5 you see on your screen in a group together. And you have a battle for 6th on back, trying to run down this group, but running out of time down the back stretch.
Ty and Marty kind of gave them the preferred line there. They got out of the way, so lead lap is not gonna suffer from those guys.
Claude Furlan blinked out there just for a minute.
He did, yeah, I saw that.
Making me a little nervous.
I saw that when I didn't see him. But now the wind bridge transfers to the backpack, but I think they're out of time right now, to be honest.
2.6 seconds back there. They've lost a little bit of time. They're going to try to get back in line here behind them.
I don't even think they're going to snip that draft at this point.
3 laps remaining, and it's a long 3 laps for that 43 Claude Furlan.
Well, the group, the lead pack right now, they're thinking, okay, the big pack is not going to catch us, so we got to make up our mind now. All those people in the top 5 right now, they're just thinking, how am I going to get to a podium spot? How am I going to even possibly win this race? When do we make the move? When do I pull out? Who's going with me? Right, exactly. And especially too, like, if you're 3 of those cars are non-teammates to anybody else, do we want to give it to the accent guys? It's just going to be, what do we do? When do we do it?
What can you do?
Yeah, right. Although some guys too, they're fine running 5th. They're fine running 4th. I mean, it's still good points night. I mean, even just to get to this point of the race clean without any incidents and, still running in the top 5. I mean, it's a good night here at Dega.
You don't want to throw it away at this point. 2 laps remaining. Right. And this group back here, too, they got to be thinking, too, is like, okay, we're not going to catch the leaders. I'm going to try to get the best finish possible. How do I get to 6th spot?
Right, exactly. And the sad thing is, we're going to have to try and cover both of these packs because it's going to be a race for the leader of the pack in both.
It is. So we're going to start with the leaders. They come around. They're going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Talladega. The Victory Designs 200 for the VANLILY'S Stickers Series as we see the white flag.
All right. Well, this is your chance. This is where the moves are going to be made.
You made it this far. 75 laps in. Now, how do I go and win this race? What do I do? Is there anything I can do? Down the backstretch for the final time.
All right, we got some movement in the very backpack there. They're starting to split up a little bit. Okay, the 12 does dip out. I was thinking.
Late into turn 3, that's going to open the door. He's going to pull back in front of Sylvain Jolly. They couldn't make that happen. He couldn't make that happen. Try to get his run off turn 4. Can he get to the outside of Claude? He does. Here comes Sylvain Jolly. Zach Stevens, big run down the straightaway. He's going to pull out. Oh, they make contact at the line. They're going to get it, though. Zach Stevens, I think, still wins this race.
Yeah, I think he still was able to make it out there. Wow. We got a Zach 1-2 finish here right now.
And I think I forgot to go back and look at the replay there. Try to get a better vantage point of that coming to the line.
What happened behind them? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at that too. You see, coming out of turn 4, Zach Stevens gets a good run, gets that side draft, pulls to the outside of Claude Furlan. Jonathan Atkins trying to make a move to the outside. He tries to cover that. Zach Stevens sliding across the line in the wall. Tries to block that run from the 1.
Wow. And the 12 wins it with a bit of angle.
But he does. He still crosses the line first.
Yeah. I mean, they were, I mean, I'm not going to say 4 wide, but there was a 3 wide battle for second place there. And second to third was 0.004 seconds.
Just trying to get a good vantage point there coming across the line. Yeah.
Wow.
Just barely.
Yeah.
They almost gave that one to, who was that in the middle? Zach Saunders.
Yeah, I thought it was Saunders that actually got it at first, but then...
And Claude falls from first to third there on the last lap, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That move, Sylvain was not close enough to really help him out there.
No. Well, I think when the 12 kind of dipped out, you could see Sylvain kind of hooking up to his teammate there, but then when Zach pulled back in, it kind of screwed up Sylvain's momentum there. He just couldn't get back to that bumper. That's always the scary part about leading those races. You don't know what's going to happen behind you. You just kind of go for the ride.
So Zach Stevens with his first win here tonight.
Yeah.
And he's not even out there on the track, but we're going to look at our results here for the Victory Designs 200 here in Talladega. Zach Stevens with the win. Zach Saunders is a Zach and Zach show up front.
Right.
How do you say Zach different with an H versus a K? Zach.
Yeah. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Claude Furlan does a great job there. All these guys up front doing a good job with their strategy. Furlan, unfortunately, falls to third there, but still a solid night for him in a third place finish. Jonathan Atkins in fourth there, got squeezed in the wall late, coming to the line. Sylvain Jolly, your top 5, there's 5 that were fighting for that up front. Joshua Gaiman finishes in 6th spot. Joshua Susi in 7th. David Smill finishes in 8th spot. Dylan Clark in 9th. 10th for Tanner Tomasi. 11th for Richie Coy. 12th for Michael Blattner. Casey McMullen finishes in 13th spot. 14th for the 30 of Justin Gann.
All right, 15th, we have Austin Demore. Then we had 16th, Brian Bliss. 17th, Lane Allen. 18th, Bobby Terrell. Collar McCarthy, 19th. Ted Lispy, 20th. Victor Fluger, 21 in the 21. And then you have Kevin Gibney Jr., 22. Ty Lounsbury, 23. Marty Roberts, 24. Ed Boyle Jr., 25th. Darren Clements, 26th. Michael Deach, 27th. Wyatt Hunley, 28th. And then Stephen Hassett rounding out your 29 car field tonight.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers and see what they have to say about tonight's race here at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Talladega Super Speedway, finishing up the Victory Designs 200 here on Full Throttle Television for the Van Lilly's Stickers Series here at FTSR. And we're going to throw it over to our post-race show. Our post-race show, of course, sponsored by, you guessed it, the Fine Line Whiskey Podcast. Definitely want to give those guys a listen every week. They cover the stories, the news in the garage of the NASCAR weekly, or the NASCAR series, the top 3 series. They kind of go through some of their personal stories as well, and they're talking about doing an iRacing show as well. So you definitely want to check these guys out, see what they got going on there. You can check them out on the Apple Podcasts and on Spotify as well. Definitely want to tune in and listen to those guys. They always have some interesting stories. It's always kind of fun to see where they go with their discussions. I heard this past week was a really good one as well. They kind of covered some stuff. They said it flowed really well, so definitely want to give them a listen. Again, on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, you definitely want to look them up, the Fine Line Whiskey Podcast. Let's talk to our top 3 finishers. Starting with third place, Mr. Claude Furlan getting it done in third place. Claude, congratulations on a great finish here tonight. I thought you might have held on there at the end, but he got you right there on the front stretch. But nevertheless, a great job with the strategy coming out up front. You guys working together and hanging on up there for a top 3 finish.
Yes, thank you. The strategy was very good. I love my race. I entered the pit on the same time with my partner and 3 other car. It's very good for me.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys did a good job. There was 5 of you that come down, 5 of you came out. You got right back organized. You held on to the lead. You guys were working well up front there, man. You were able to maintain with those cars, that snarling pack behind you. There was a lot of cars back there. They could not make up that time. You guys held on, man. But talk about your race, man. You guys worked together. You guys were up front. You were up front with Sylvain all night. You guys were really working well together.
Yes, I don't know if my strategy is good when I am the leader for my fuel, but I make a little bit more fuel. It was okay, just okay for finish the race.
Yeah, you guys had it planned out and had it worked out perfectly, man. Congratulations on that for sure. Love seeing it, man. Love seeing that 43 up front. There's somebody else drove that 43 who was pretty famous. So you're doing it well out there, doing it proud, man. Congratulations. I'm going to throw it to you though. Let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for my partner Sylvain Joly and Accent LED, and it's we worked the setup. Me and Sylvain, and we have a very good team. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Those cars look good out there, and they were fast this week. You guys brought some hot rods for sure, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Next week.
All right. There's Claude Furlan, your third place finisher in that number 43. Doing them proud out there for sure. Had a great run, was leading there, and had a good top 3 finish for sure. Let's throw it to our second place finisher, Mr. Zach Saunders. Tony, I think you're standing by with him.
Yeah, I'm out here with second place finisher Zach Saunders, man. You know, you guys made a crazy strategy, stayed out late with the rest of the field. but stayed together, showed really good teamwork, even though you didn't really have any teammates out there, and you got it done. Second place, man. How was your night tonight?
Very chaotic. Um, I haven't driven an Xfinity car or O'Reilly car, sorry, uh, in quite some time. And I know they're loose at the speedways, super speedways, but I didn't think it was that bad. Um, yeah, just started kind of mid pack ish, uh, upper mid pack, and just wanted to figure out how to run with the guys that I've like maybe 3 guys in here, so wanted to figure out how everyone was running and what they was willing to do at the start of the race. And luckily, uh, we just wanted to run it out and get this race over with. So super glad we got that done. But I had a couple scares, honestly. I don't remember what lap it was, but it was probably in the middle of the first stage. I got almost dumped in like 1 and 2 and was able to save it after something happened up front and caused the pack to separate a little bit. But yeah, I don't really wasn't sure on who to work with at the end when we came to pit road. So I noticed everyone or first dipped and then like everyone behind me was gone. So I was like, I guess I'm pitting with these guys. And I took 2 tires because I was so loose that entire race. But noticed just kind of doing a little bit of run attempts, probably with like 4 to go out of 4 to see what runs and where I could go with it. And luckily, the one he got a good run out of 4, so I just went with him. And then second pulled out to go for the lead, and we just blew past the fourth and kind of unsure what happened at the front and how I even got second. I'm not really sure. I just know I crossed the line going straight.
Well, I know it was pretty tight. I think you beat out Claude there by 0.004 seconds at the line there, and yeah, a little bit of mayhem with Jonathan and the actual the race winner, the other Zach in the league. And Brody and I had a quick question: is there a different pronunciation for Zach with a K and Zach with an H? I mean, I guess we're gonna have to consult the other Zach as well, but.
No, they're all sound. They all are sound the same, apart for when they say your full name. Like my full name's not Zach; it's Zachary. So
Okay.
other people have Zachariah or whatever it may be after that, but I just go by Zach because it's easier.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man. Hey, I think it's this is our second race we broadcast here. I think this is obviously it's your first interview with us, and I don't know if this is the first, second, or first podium spot within this series. But man, congratulations again. You guys did a great job. I mean, even just to stay out in front of the lead, you guys were just being calm, cool, collected, and you were able to kind of hang out in front of that much larger pack that just couldn't quite catch you, and it paid off, man. Second place. So congrats again, dude. The floor is yours. You can thank whoever you need to thank.
Yeah, thanks to team owner for I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanking on it. For letting me to drive a car for a couple races. I really appreciate that, and thanks to you guys for putting on a broadcast that I could go back and watch and see all the chaos unfold. And thanks for putting on a league for us to run in.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations. It's good to have you out here, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right. You were with the other Zach, the Zach with an H, who's obviously not pronounced differently. So, yeah.
Yeah. Before I jump down there, it's Stephen Hassett, I believe, is his team owner. Is it Vice Esports? Yeah. So shout out to him. I am standing down here with the other Zach, the first Zach Stevens. It's the Zach and Zach show. But this Zach gets it done tonight. Zach, congratulations on the win tonight, man. It was a hard-fought battle there. You timed that just right coming out of turn 4, able to get the run, the side draft, and have to fend off the one there at the very last minute.
Oh, I'm so sorry to the one. When I didn't see him as out there, I was so focused on Claude down at the inside, and I took my run, and I wanted to get as straight of an exit as possible to try to get as much momentum as I could, and I didn't see him up there at first. And by the time I did, I mean, I tried to cut it back to the left, but I just hooked him with my rear end there. So I'll accept any punishment with that with grace. That's totally my fault there at the end. But, I mean, it was kind of an anticlimactic race for me, really. It was a whole lot of riding there after the pit stop, and I'm looking behind me. Nobody's making a move behind me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have to go, and if they follow me, they follow me, and if they don't, they don't. We'll finish where we finish.
You guys did a great job up there, though, man. You guys planned that out. You come down. Well, I don't know if you I don't know if you planned it that way. It's just kind of where it kind of worked out. Because Zach was even saying, he's like, well, the guys in front of me pitted and the guys behind me pitted. I was just kind of stuck here. Was that your case? Was that kind of, like, well, I'm here. I guess this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, we had discussed short pitting and trying to make some moves around that way, but the guy in the front, he queued up and said, I'm pitting. And I'm like, a guy behind him's pitting. I'm going. I'm not getting hung out here to dry. And, the no tires there at the end, I was able to just pick off one spot on pit road. And, they just never caught us back up.
Yeah, you guys did. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was saying to begin with, is that you guys came down pit road. You stuck it out together, came down pit road together, come out together, get organized real quick. And you guys came out with I think a 6-second lead over the next group. It was pretty impressive there. I know you guys didn't take 2 tires. Some of the guys took 2 tires. But yeah, just stay organized and stay committed, staying in line, pushing, keeping the speed up, keeping that momentum up out front. You guys did a great job working together. And then that masterful move off the turn 4, I love that move. You jump to the outside. I've done it before. Jump to the outside, grab that right rear quarter panel, get that side draft past them, and just hope you have enough momentum to hang on there at the end.
Oh yeah, I watched my teammate do it at Atlanta a while back in a different league, and he said it's going to look exactly like how I did it, and I'm like, it's going to be deja vu because we're going again. That's just how it happened.
Was an awesome job. Was an awesome race all night. Like you said, it was kind of anticlimactic. There wasn't really, and to credit to all the drivers, it really wasn't much going on. We had that one incident on the backstretch, but other than that was right at the stage 2. Other than that, it was a clean race. It was a green race. We had the green flag pit stop there that kind of separated the field, and you guys came out on top. So congratulations on that. And I'm going to throw it to Tony though, and let Tony have a few words here.
Well, yeah, man, congrats. You guys got it done tonight. We were a little unsure of that early strategy. Or I should say the late pit stop strategy that you guys did. But man, you guys held it together. And just to show you that teamwork, even though you don't have a team, works, And you guys, again, staying in line like that kept you in front of that large pack, and that really kind of got you that win there, too. That last-minute move, too, we were wondering when the 12 was going to dip out, and you did. I know you had a little issue there with the one, but, man, still came across the line sideways. But, hey, you still got it done, man. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Yeah, it was just kind of really, I'd say, boring, but they're toward the end of the first stage, it got real racy, and one of my teammates got collected in that, and they had some damage, so they were kind of nowhere to be found. They kind of got shuffled on the way back, but big shout out to my guys at Vice Motorsports, Stephen Hassett, Ty Lazenberry. They were kind of helping me all night. All the guys at Team Conti for putting this great setup together, and anybody else that helps us on this sim racing gig.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Stephen had some issues early on. Unfortunately, kind of fell out of contention, but I'm sure he was urging you on there, and man, you were getting it done for the team. Congratulations on that as well, man. And I do need to correct it. You are the guy that are racing for Stephen Hassett. It is not Saunders. Saunders is actually racing for China Shop Racing Team. So congratulations to Vice Esports on the win. Congratulations to you on the win. First win in the league. And that's awesome, man. So I'd love to see some new guys getting it done out there. So congratulations once again, and we'll see you next week as we head on to where are we going to? Texas.
Texas should be fun, but thank you guys, and we'll see you next week or tomorrow with the trucks.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see you then. See if you can double up for sure, man. We'll see you then.
Yep. See you guys.
All right, there's your winner tonight. Zach Stevens getting it done. First win in the league. Win for Vice Esports. I know Stephen Hassett's out there smiling, loving that. Yeah, Tony, it was kind of a calm. There were moments, don't get me wrong. We just didn't have the cautions. We had some saves out there. I know we saw the 55 sideways one time with a bump from the 1. We saw some action coming to the start finish line. And of course that wreck on the backstretch. But other than that, it was a really kind of tame race, and it was a strategy race.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like you said earlier, I mean, everybody did a great job. I mean, we did not really have a big one at all, and we got through the green flag pit stops. We only had really the stage caution, and everybody just did a great job tonight and got through a good, clean Talladega race. It might have been boring, but I'll be honest. If you were behind the wheel of that car, especially maybe in that second pack, it probably wasn't boring. It was probably a little bit more anxious, thinking that this lead ain't moving. And then if you're in that lead pack, five car lead pack that that dominated tonight, you're watching that time and you're checking that group behind you. Are they catching us? And then you're thinking, what am I going to do at the end? And then obviously the end unfolded how it did, and it just again it might be a little bit boring to watch, but I guarantee you it wasn't boring in those cars.
Yeah, I tell you, I thought they'd have more trouble getting around the 43 Claude there, but man, he made that work, made that textbook move off the corner. Like I said, with that side draft, able to draft past them. An exciting finish here at Talladega Speedway, Super Speedway for the Victory Designs 200. Next week, we had a Talladega we were at Talladega. We go to Texas Motor Speedway next week, the Lone Star State. That should be a fun race for sure. These guys have shown that they can put on quite the show here. So going to Texas with the way that track is and how technical that track can be, should be a lot of fun to see them slipping and sliding around and battling for the win. You do not want to miss it. Tune in next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. right here on Full Throttle Television for that as well. Make sure to like and subscribe too. We'd love to see some new subscribers come on board. And of course, liking the video helps us out a ton. But we are finished here at Talladega Super Speedway. The Victory Designs 200 in the books. And it's Zach Stevens with the win from Vice Esports. He's gotten his first win of the season. See if he can go for 2 for 2, maybe tomorrow night or maybe next week. We'll see what happens. But for Tony Solari and everybody at Full Throttle Television, my name's Brady Hanna. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed it like we did. And we'll see you next week from Texas.